Merry Christmas. Yeah, I said I'll probably review Black Panther. Quick thoughts. Good movie, but I thought it was a movie two halves. That's basically what I thought in a nutshell. But enough of that. I want to talk about one of my favorite movies ever. Maybe my favorite. It also came out about 35 years ago. And that is Spaceballs, the movie. That's already a bit of a joke. Man, one thing I think, the reason why I think this movie is awesome is it's funny. The thing I like to do the most in life is laugh. Laughter, I do believe is good for the soul. It's good for you to be able to laugh. And man, that movie makes me laugh more than any other movie. I mean, busting and laughing. I've gotten quite a few discussions with people when they're like, really? This movie's your favorite? I was like, yes, this is my favorite movie. Or, yeah, probably my favorite movie. If not, definitely in the discussion. But it's just one of those movies that I just laugh so much. And some people told me, oh, it's probably just nostalgia, or you thought it only because you're a kid. No, even as an adult, I still think it's funny. And I still think some of the jokes in there really do work. And not to mention, they do a great job of parroting the whole sci-fi element. Star Wars, Star Trek, Alien, a bunch of different movies. This came out before, right around the time of Predator, so I didn't have time to really delve into that. But I think one of the things that makes it really good, even great, is the fact that it took these elements from these movies and knew what to do with them, what to change, what sort of human flaws to put in this sort of thing in order to make it great, and in order to make it funny. And I think that's why it works so well. That's why Mel Brooks, who's the director, the writer, producer, and even one of the actors in this movie, is such a grandmaster, a zen master even of parody, because he knew, all right, take these elements and then change them just a little bit. Add the human flaws, add the little details that human beings would mess up, and then make a joke out of it. I mean, the beaming scene alone shows that. I mean, there's so many parts of that scene where it's like, yeah, that would be the way human beings would do it. Not the first of all, screwing up the beaming, because you've never seen that in Star Trek, where a body part is one place and the other part of the body is another one, like in The Simpsons. Oh, if it isn't my good friend with an arm for a leg and a leg for an arm. Like, yeah, you don't see that sort of thing, but here you do see something like that, and it's hilarious. Not to mention, when it's all done, the punchline is that yes, yeah, we would do that, even especially nowadays. Are you kidding me? If there was beaming technology, we would abuse the hell out of it. I mean, look at our smartphones. We don't look outside the window to see how the weather is. We don't check outside the door to see what the weather is. We look on our phones. And you probably say, oh, that's only for, tomorrow, the next day. No, even some people do that now. How's the weather right now? They pull out their phone and do it instead of, looking out our window. It's such a good scene. Just that scene alone just shows you how great a job Mel Brooks does with Spaceballs. Not just Mel Brooks. The actors do a great job with Bill Pullman. He will always be Lone Star to me, and my pop too. I remember when we watched Independence Day. I was like, oh man, President Lone Star was great. I was like, oh yeah, he was great. I was like, and I still maintain he's the best movie president in all of cinema, and I think because of what he does in that movie. But back to him, Bill Pullman's great. I mean, he plays such an a-hole, even more of an a-hole than Han Solo is. And the way they do it is so funny to me. And they even give him a little bit of Luke's story as well, of being an orphan. And they do a great job with that. Daphne Zuniga is great as Princess Vespa. There's a great scene where she starts off as this damsel in distress, and then she just kicks ass. I laugh every time I see it. And the reason why she kicks ass is such a princess thing for why she would do that. Oh man, I'm sorry, my eyes are a bit dry right now. But yeah, it's great. Also, John Candy as Barf, it's he's such a great comedic actor. He's had a couple of more dramatic roles, like in Cool Runnings of all movies, but he was such a great comedic actor. Rest in peace to him. He was great. And Joan Rivers as Dot Matrix, she's okay. She works pretty well off of Daphne Zuniga's Princess Vespa, but I do think the other three, they work so well off of each other, it just makes it even better. And not to mention, this movie has so many great fourth wall breaks. The camera hitting someone, the freaking... Okay, people talk about Deadpool being such a great fourth wall breaker. No. He's a rank amateur compared to Mel Brooks. There's literally a scene where they watch Spaceballs in Spaceballs. So I was like, that's so brilliant. The way they do it too is, oh man. I laugh every time. It is so clever. It is so funny. Hell, that's such a great scene. Endgame ripped it off. You probably think, like, wait a minute, no they didn't. He's like, yes. When Thanos is watching himself, he's watching Endgame because it's from the camera angle of how we see in the movie. It's such a great scene. There's so many great scenes, so many great jokes, so many great things that just go over people's heads. And I think this movie kind of gets a bad rap because it is a parody. It's it's not a serious movie, but there are some good dramatic moments as well with the Lone Star. I think it works. There are a couple, not too many. You don't want too many, but they work. And not to mention Rick Moranis as Dark Helmet. His introduction is one of the best introductions I've ever seen because, again, they take something that's on one end of the spectrum of seriousness and they change just enough till it's on the other end of the serious spectrum, and it's great. Not to mention, that ludicrous speed scene. That will always. I even say, all right, time to go to ludicrous speed, or I'll quote the movie constantly to my friends and family, or like say my brothers and sons say, well, pizza is gonna send out for you. It's, oh man, so many great jokes. And one of my favorites is a joke that actually got better with age was the merchandising joke with yogurt. Because even nowadays, so many TV shows, movies, there's merchandise, especially like Disney movies. Man, those things, there's so much product afterwards. Just look what happened with Frozen 10 years ago. Perfect example. Yeah, I could talk about this movie forever, and I could still think of more stuff to talk about. But yeah, quick overview: why the movie is awesome, funny, great characters, great directing, great writing, and it's a tight, 88 minutes, I believe. It's not even 90 minutes, and it's still such a great story. By the end, you're like, oh, that was good. I can't say enough good things about this movie. I mean, this is right up there. You want romance, you got Princess Bride. You want action and sci-fi, maybe a little bit of slasher, you got Predator. You want just straight comedy that was going to make you laugh, Spaceballs, right here. And this is my Christmas present to you to talk about this movie. And I'm probably not going to make another movie until the new year. I will go over the movies that I watched this year just to rank them and talk about some movies I want to see in 2023. So, once again, Merry Christmas, and I'll see you in the new year. Take care. Bye.